Okay, so in this lesson, we're going to show you how to subtract integers. Okay, let's start off with something straightforward. Let's say it is 6 minus 2. Okay, really simple, right? We know that the answer is 4. We learned that from elementary school. Now, what you don't realize is that if we were to rewrite 6 minus 2, that is actually the same as 6 minus a positive 2. Okay? We don't write positives here. We don't even write a positive here in front of the 6 because it's assumed that they're positive. So there's no need to write that sign. Okay? But if we were to write that sign, now we know that this can be written as positive 6 plus negative 2. Okay, you notice what we did with the 2? We switched the negative and the positives around. Okay, right here. We move this around. So now it's flipped around. Okay, so let's make it a little cleaner. We know that that's equal to 6 plus negative 2. And that answer gives us 4. Okay, let's do another example. What happens if we have 6 minus negative 2? So in this scenario, when you're subtracting a negative, it is the same as adding a positive. 6 plus 2. Okay? Now, how did that happen? All we did was this. Negative, negative. Okay? Two negatives become a positive. And now we know that the answer is 8. Okay? Let's do another example. Something very similar. What happens if we have 7 minus negative 3? Okay? Subtracting a negative is the same as adding the positive. So this can be rewritten as 7 plus 3, and that gives us 10. Okay, let's make it a little bit more complicated. What happens if we have negative 7 minus a negative 2? Okay, ooh, lots of negatives here. So let's work one thing at a time. We're going to focus on this first. Okay, so that's going to be equal to negative 7 plus, right, two negatives make a positive, 2. Okay, so now we know negative 7 plus 2 is equal to negative 5, right? Why? Remember the rules that we learned last time. When you have a negative term like this and a positive term like this, the rule is take the difference, and the difference between 7 and 2 is 5, and then you're going to take the sign of the larger integer. In this case, it's 7, and 7 has a negative in front of it, and therefore we need to put a negative in front of the 5. Okay? Let's do one more example, just to make sure you understand. Let's say we've got a negative 5 minus negative 4. Okay? Now, as we did in the last problem, we're going to focus on this, the double negative. Okay? So we're going to rewrite negative 5 as negative 5 again. We're going to not worry about that right now. We need to deal with the two negatives. When you're subtracting a negative, it becomes a positive. Okay? And then to do this next part, we're going to take the difference of the 5 and the 4. Forget about the signs for now. Okay? The difference between 5 and 4 is 1. So we're going to write that down. Then we need to look at the larger number, which is 5 in this case, and ask ourselves, is there a positive or a negative in front of it? It's a negative, and so the answer has to be a negative 1. Okay, hopefully that made sense. If any of this did not make sense, please go back in the video and watch it over again. Hit pause. If you don't understand something, make sure you take the time to absorb it, then move on. Okay? Review this video as many times as you need until you understand it. Okay, thank you.